Kia ora koutou, my name's Laurie. I'm a volunteer here at Central Hawke's Bay Museum, and today I get to share with you one of my favourite things, this collection of postcards that were taken by photographer William Golder in March 1909, showing the traction engine and the elephants in the Waipawa River. One of the reasons that photographers in those days sold their photos as postcards, it was an easy way to make money and get their images distributed cheaply. So lots of museums have these. There's a collection in the Hawke's Bay Museum. They've been reproduced in Heritage Memories magazine. And the first place I came across them was in the school journal in the late 1980s. Late 1980s. So the story is that Jim Nurick on a Friday night heading home from work, he's a contractor with a large traction engine, for whatever reason decided to, instead of going over the new Waipawa road bridge, perhaps because it had brand new decking, went through the Waipawa River and got stuck in the shingle. There were two local contractors in Central Hawke's Bay we know of. The Pilcher family had a traction engine and contracting business in Onga, and the Nurick family in this image were based in Otani. There are two slightly different stories of this incident, one from the Pilchers, one from the Nurick. So according to the Pilchers, Jim Nurick actually winched himself out. And it was afterwards in the pub talking about that incident and being stuck and getting himself out that he arranged a bet with the men from Worth's Circus that their elephants could have easily have done it. There was a shout riding on the bet, and he took the engine back, parked it in the shingle again, and the elephants pulled them out. According to Jim Nurick, who is the driver and owner of the traction engine, according to his grandson, he was a bit sceptical about that. He thinks that they spent some time trying to dig out and were firmly wedged in the shingle, and that they gave up, went to the pub for a drink, and that there he was talking to the men from Worth's Circus, and the same bet happened, and the elephants won. Whichever story you believe, the elephants won, and the men from Worth's Circus got their shout. Returning to the school journal, one of the features of the journal that sticks in my mind anyway from the 80s is the way that they told folk tales and fables. And this is a bit like a folk tale and fable, the traction engine and the elephants, the hare and the tortoise. Sort of always makes me think that probably there's a moral there. Nature has the last laugh, that steam power was the it technology of the late 19th century, early 20th century. People were excited about it, and yet a bank of shingle could stop it in its tracks. So nature has the last laugh. This photo shows Alf Pilcher with his traction engine just after they've crossed the Waipawa road bridge. And he's towing this enormous load of chaff, which says something about the era, and that chaff was really important for horses. But we know from the letters and in the Waipawa Mail newspaper and the reports of the council meeting that the councillors weren't happy with the damage that was being done to their newly decked bridge by these large traction engines driving over the top of. They broke boards and caused damage. So Jim Nurick was mentioned in September 1909, and the overseer that had, of the bridge said that the council was to inform Jim Nurick that they would hold him responsible for the damage. Okay, here we are down at the Waipawa River. So you can see from the hills behind that the engine got stuck more or less right where the current road bridge is that we're standing underneath. The old road bridge used to be much further down the river towards Onga, and the rail bridge is still on the same spot. That was the first bridge that was built over the river. But you can see today the mounds of shingle. I can imagine he'd get stuck today if he was to try it again.